Ryan Barath here with Golf WRX, and I am here with Jamie Sadlowski, and we are talking what's in the bag. Obviously Jamie's a unique player, he's got a lot of speed, but there's parts of his game where I think looking at what you have now is something that, again, we can relate back to almost any golfer.
Sure.
So kind of take us through what you got.
Yeah, we'll start with the driver. So the Launcher HP driver, same one we would film last year, same head. I have made some adjustments with the shaft. I'm now in the hazardous T1100, 85 grams. So I was in the nunchuck last year, found that this shaft, you know, is a lot flatter, a little less spinny for me, a little more control.
Now, I see you a 10.5 degree driver, and one of the things that we hear a lot and people talk about is hit it further, like hit up, but use like a really low loft. But yeah, you have 10.5. So
well, it says 10.5. It's actually bent to 7.25.
Is it really open?
Yeah, so they'll bend it, you know, almost 6 degrees open to take some loft off. So it's 7.25. Again, it's a high launching driver, so that's why I have it turned down a little bit. But you know, at that loft, I'm comfortable hitting it high, but I'm also comfortable hitting it low. So again, versatility of the golf club, I think it has to be throughout your whole bag.
And that's even for you as like a high spin player, having a driver that you can, with the proper golf ball, getting the right shaft in there, you can launch it high and not spin it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. Your driver needs to match up with the ball. So both, you know, they both have to work. Yeah, I don't want something that's going to spin 1200, drop out of the air, and if it goes offline, it causes a lot of problems because there's not a lot of spin on it. So, you know, I spin it around 2500, and that's kind of where I'm comfortable. But yeah, the driver-ball relationship is very, very important.
So now, the higher end of the bag, you're using the utilities.
Yeah, I always carry 2 utilities. So the 2-iron is my driving club. I hit a lot of 2-irons off the tee, so very important. Again, I got a nunchuck in here, the XI, and then I go into the U85 3-iron. I play the 3-iron just because I do hit it into greens a lot, and with the UT I can hit it up in the air with a little more spin to hold those greens, and then the brand new Z-Forge irons.
Now the sole design, like I worked as a fitter for a long time, and like the sole design of this golf club works for so many players because of the way it interacts with the turf. And like, do you find that you're a pretty big divot guy? Like
I'll take some turf. Yeah, I'll take some turf. So yeah, these are with the way the sole design. I mean, like you said, whether you have a lot of speed or not a lot of speed, you know, it's essentially 2 bounces. So for me, I find like contact's a lot more crisp. It gets, you know, that leading edge kind of goes through a little bit easier for me. I'm not sticking in the ground as much. And obviously, you know, it comes from one solid material. There's not 2, 3 materials in here, so they're very soft. Very, you know, for a blade, I wasn't ever a blade guy until last year when I first switched into the product. And you know, they're blades, but they're very forgiving. They're not butter knives. They've got nice size to them, and they're forgiving. So, and
I always try and relate things back to like the regular golfer, the golfer at home. This sole design, for example, is in like all the Strixon product. So you can kind of take it from there and find the club that works for you with the same sole design that you're using.
Exactly, and especially with the wedges too. As we get into the wedges, you know, you pick the bounce you like, the grinds you like, and for me, like wedges, to me, you got to be able to hit different shots. So the bounces that I have on here and the soles are just allow me to hit more than one shot. It's not, you know, how many times you play golf where you hit every shot full? Not very often. So you got to be able to hit different shots. So, you know, 3 shots with each club, whether, you know, pitch or gap wedge usually goes 150 yards, but you know, when I start playing, hit it, you know, 115 yards. So the workability, and then obviously the 60, a little bit of a custom grind on there. I've always played a C grind, and just workability around the green just allows me to hit more shots without having a 64 degree in the bag. I can open it wide open, or you know, play the leading edge and hit little skippers in there.
So last question has nothing to do with your golf equipment, and we're talking what's in the bag. What's your favorite on-course snack?
Ooh, I'm a big sandwich guy. I used to always have peanut butter sandwiches, but now I make like a fat turkey sandwich. It's about a 3-pounder. Gotta have those in the bag. Usually my caddy eats it before I get to it, so usually it happens on about the 3rd hole because I know it's gonna be gone.
That's awesome. All right, thanks so much.
Yeah, my
really
pleasure.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Ryan Barath, Golf WRX with Jamie Sadlowski. Thanks so much for tuning in.